Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the pros and cons of working at Big 4. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. So first I want to start off with my background. So I had an internship with Big 4, then I took a break and studied for my CPA exam, and then I came back to Big 4 working full-time for about 4 years. So the Big 4 are EY, PwC, Deloitte, and KPMG. One of the biggest advantage of working at Big 4 is the overall experience. Working at Big 4 allows you to have really big clients, which means that you can learn a lot in just 1 to 2 years. And everything is very fast-paced. Depending on which group you join, a lot of them hold trainings. You get a huge amount of client exposure and you also grow really quickly in your career. So number 2 is salary. The Big 4 will pay a competitive salary, and most of the time they are pretty similar in the starting base with the other Big 4. They will pay for your CPA exam, your CPA courses, and they'll also pay for a bonus when you pass. I made sure that I didn't spend that money and just paid off my student loans. Number 3 is reputation. They have a really strong presence because they have built their reputation for so long and they built their brand as well. The reason why this is really important is because if you decide to ever leave, you have a better chance of negotiating after you leave because they know just by the name alone that you already have a lot of experiences that other firms might not provide. Their name carries a lot of weight, and if it's on your resume, a lot of companies already know without even asking you that you probably had more exposure to bigger clients and have more experience than other people that might not have had Big 4 experience. Number 4 is they have greater resources. So most of the time, these companies have greater resources because they have more capital. And because of that, they can invest in things like technology way ahead of other companies. They also give you out-of-state training where they will fly you to Virginia or Florida, wherever, in order for you to have these trainings that are particular to your field. Number 5 is that they have really great coaching and professional development opportunities. They usually pair you up with a coach, and that is very similar to other companies, but the people that they pair you up with have more experience than you and they are willing to help you grow as a professional. Alrighty, so now we're gonna talk about the cons. So I talked about this in my previous videos, but you do work a lot of hours. So where a person would work from 9 to maybe 6 p.m., there are days and many days of the year where I was working from 9 to midnight, and at worst 9 to 5:30 in the morning. So that takes a lot of hours of your days that you will never get back. I also want to note that you do not get paid overtime because you're salary based. You do not get paid more for working more hours, unfortunately. Number 2 is work-life balance, and this was the main reason, along with number 1, that I decided to eventually leave Big 4. It was so hard for me to maintain a life outside of work. And of course, I still had my friends, my family, and my community, but at the same time, I had a hard time really finding a lot of time to invest in a lot of things and a lot of people. Number 3 is that there is a high turnover at Big 4. I did make a lot of friends at Big 4, but slowly, little by little, they started to leave. So a lot of people get exhausted and decide to leave after working there for 1 or 2 years. Number 4 is that they are very focused on utilization, which is the number of client hours worked divided by 40. So that percentage throughout the whole year is used for a metric in your performance. And with that percentage, you get a higher salary, for instance. So when a metric is based on number of hours, that means that the more time that you spend on something, your percentage will go higher. So It doesn't really focus so much on the efficiency. Because this is a metric, a lot of people are willing to stay late. People are willing to do a lot of work to get this utilization percentage up. So overall, I felt like the experience working there for 4 years was worth it because it did get me to where I am currently. I am very happy that I made that choice, and it was my dream job after graduating from college. Looking back, I don't have any regrets, and I'm actually happy that I had that experience. I just personally had a different priority shift, and so that's why I decided to go to a mid-tier firm, which I currently really enjoy. So that concludes this video. That is the pros and cons of working at Big 4. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys later.